Latest breaking news out of Miramar, where crews are at the scene of a gas line break. Plus, we're learning more about a possible deal on gun control reform. And then it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. This morning, experts from the MMA Academy are here to show us some key moves. Whoo, look at her go to get away. On whether or not to begin the gun debate, universal background checks are likely to be the first amendment made if the debate happens. And at 9:35, almost 9:36, let's get you on out to Chrissy in the back lot.
The month of April is Sexual Assault Prevention Awareness Month, so we call out our two pros, my good friends, my personal trainers, Mike and Ann Mahalkinen from MMA Academy in Sorrento Valley and in Vista. You guys are putting on a big seminar on self-defense against a sexual assault. So are sexual assaults that prevalent? I mean, how often does this really happen?
Well, statistics say that, 1 in 3 women are assaulted sometime in their lifetime. And,
Jeez.
every day, every second, it's very prevalent. And I'm hearing lately from the law enforcement officers I know and from just college students that, it's even more prevalent right now.
Seems like it's been in the news quite a bit lately.
Absolutely.
And also in the news because I don't know if you all remember Mike and Ann, they've come on the show, they've been my friends for many years, and I train with them, and you guys have been on the show many a times before. I don't know if I remember hearing so much about people fighting back, and I have to secretly say, publicly on live television, I'm impressed.
Yes, it's so exciting.
I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you have a choice, right? I remember clearly you saying you have a choice. You can choose to not fight back.
Yeah, exactly. And I always tell all my students, I'm teaching you the most valuable skills that I can to be able to defend yourself in a violent attack. But ultimately, it's up to you. It's your choice. If you choose to fight back,
here's how.
Yep, that's right.
And with that, Mike, let's start doing some demonstrations. Just walk us through something that you would teach.
This is something that we're going to be going over today. This weekend in the seminar, and it has to do with. It's not uncommon to have an attack come from behind, and the person would bear hug and wrap around. So from here, what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's being difficult to be picked up, so you're going to base your weight and make yourself more heavy, and immediately go into groin strike. Now my hands are trapped, so my best move at this position would be to reach back and strike until I felt enough space where I can turn and face the attacker, and then finish up with various combatives, and then
because a groin strike does create space, apparently.
Absolutely. I mean, we all have an inherent reaction to protect our eyes and protect our groins. So even if it was a leg slap or anything like that, it could cause the hips to go back and the shoulders to go forward and be flat-footed, making it difficult for the attacker to continue. And one good strike, as you're saying, one good strike could be the difference, and change the mindset of that attacker to think that maybe I chose poorly and this person is going to be more than I bargained for.
Before you get back to the demonstration, I have to share one thing. One of the more memorable moments in my entire life is when Mike Mahalkinen, and possibly Ann, I don't know if you were there as well, explained why and who discourages groin strikes, because socially it's not acceptable to go to the groin, right? It's like, that's like a taboo. No. Well, I remember you saying, who tells you that? It's men.
It's usually male instructors.
Men tell you that. Men tell you not to go to the groin. Why? Because it's a dangerous place for them. It will disarm them. Okay, one of the more memorable moments in my life when I got that. Oh, I got it. Okay, thank you.
We're going to have Marissa go ahead and do this real time, and so you can see how this would play out.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so what just happened there?
So you can see as the attacker comes in, this is very common. You could be jogging, a surprise attack from anywhere that you might be. Marissa's standing, she's unaware. If she was aware, she would have been able to defend beforehand. So as Chris comes and he puts his hands behind her, it's very important for her to get her balance. Okay. One is so that she bases herself so she has balance, and then two, so it's very difficult for the person to be able to pick her up, take her to a car, throw her down to the ground in any other situation that they have intentions to. So she immediately sees an opening for the groin. Her hands are trapped. She strikes until she can create space, turns around with elbow strikes, kicks, and you always want to finish with distance distance. So notice how Marissa has distance from the attacker, so if they do get up, they're not able to grab her again. And then she puts her hands up, and notice how her head was looking around to make sure that that assailant didn't have a second person with them.
There wasn't a buddy.
Yeah, exactly, which is very common to have happen.
Can we see something on the ground? I know a lot of sexual assaults.
Absolutely,
on the
yes.
ground.
And strangulation is part of that. So,
You know, Casey Gwynn with the Family Justice Center says strangulation is the #1 trick for abusers.
it's a matter of
their
trying to get
favorite.
control. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of their faves. Yeah, so interesting combination, domestic and others.
So
other
we're
assaults.
going to demonstrate on the ground with a choke with what we call. Chris has actually mounted Marissa, and so she's going to defend with a 2-hand pluck, turning him over, striking, getting distance, space, and getting out and to safety.
Now, this is one of my favorite moves. This is an effective move. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
I think every woman, every girl, every daughter, every son, you know, because it's not just women who are assaulted, right?
Yep.
Should know this particular move because they want to get you on the ground. They want to control you, and that's where they want to assault you, So walk us through what happened there and who can pull that off.
Absolutely, and it looks daunting at first when you think it's somebody very large on top of you, but in order for the person to really strangle you, their weight has to be forward. That makes it easier to turn them over. So from here, as she goes and plucks and releases the pressure, it's easier for her to use her strongest muscle groups, which is her legs, disrupt his posture, roll him over, and then get to safety.
Man, you guys do good work. So glad you guys
Thank
are
you.
here.
Thank you,
You have a
Chrissy.
seminar coming up this Saturday at your gym in
Sorrento Valley. Yeah.
$25.
Yep.
Spots are still open.
Yep.
You got a RSVP and as many people as you can take, you'll take.
You can go right onto our website, MMAacademy.com, and there's a link that you can click on and register yourself.
All right, guys, thank you all for being here. And Chris and
you.
Marissa, excellent job.
Good job, babe.
Poor Chris, like sees God every time he's here. Marissa taking him down. All right, guys, we're going to sit it back inside now with you.